I will present my screen.
Yeah,
Let me know once it is visible.
yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So for reporting, uh, we need three things. First is SQL Server Management Studio, with which we can manage, with which we can manage or execute some queries and check the outcome, and we can prepare a query statement.
Okay.
Okay. So with SQL, we will test a query. We'll prepare the query statement. We'll check it if we are getting the desired results or not. We'll try to uh, do some testing. Okay. Another thing is which we have configured is this report server configuration, report server configuration manager, right? Which we already installed, which we call SQL reporting services, which we already installed and configured. Third one is the report builder, with which we will uh, generate a custom report. S- Automated mails, that for that we need a subscription. There is a SMTP server. So if you have that SMTP server, you can create a subscription for any particular report, and it can be sent. We will check that also, that option also. But as we do not have the SMTP server, we cannot send it. But I will show you the option. Okay. So three things. First is SQL reporting service configuration manager, report builder, and if you want to see that report in the Sccm console, for that we need the reporting service role. This one. Okay. So we will able to find our reports here in the report section. My reporting takes some time to load, but it is working now. Okay. So when there was one class where we configured this reporting and the backup. Yeah, so if you want how we configured it, if you want to see how we configured it, you can go through that video. Okay. So we will go to the web portal first. It will open a web portal. It will ask for my password, username, with which I configured the SQL and my reporting. So I already have one account. I'm using it everywhere. So same account I'm using. Okay. Now you will see this config mgr underscore pr1, where all my reports are there. Right. So I will create one new folder here. Folder we cannot create from the console. We have to create folder from here only. Okay. So report, I will name, if it I want to be visible at the first itself, so I have to give some name like admin reports. Okay, I create a folder. So admin reports is created here. Okay, same I can see on my console as well. If I refresh it, Admin reports. Let me search it. These are two custom reports which I created for testing, but folder folder is not yet visible. We will check it later. Then let's first complete it. Okay, so we created this folder here, right? And then I would like to start. Console is freezing. I will do a create report here. Okay, create report. I will give the report name as something like machine application details. Okay, path where I can. So my admin report folder here, it is visible not from the console. It should be there like before administrative security. It will come maybe after the report is there, it will come. Okay, so I created this admin reports. I selected it. I click on next. Summary. Machine application details. I click on close. So once I finish it, immediately it will open the this report builder, right? But for report builder, what I need is, if I click on add dataset, right, it will ask for a query here, right? It says query, so it will be a SQL query, but I do not have any query as of now. I have to prepare one. Okay, so how to prepare a query. So we will leave the report builder till here. Now we will go to SQL. So as of now, that report is blank. Nothing is there. No query. It cannot fetch anything. It's just a blank report. But it is asking for a query. So how we will get that query? If you have some query, like you have some query which you downloaded from the internet, right? Or you borrowed some queries from somewhere. You can use that query directly. But if you want to prepare something, you have to prepare one. So this is the SCCM database, CM underscore PR1. We will go through some basic tables. First basic table is select star from v underscore r underscore system. This is actually there are two things. There are views, right? There are views and there are tables. So it's a view. Anything with v is a view. Okay. Tables also we can use. There are tables also. Multiple tables are there. If you have uh, information about any tables, you can use it. But you have to then filter it. Like if you go to table, filter it, filter settings, put a value here. Like you need the OS architecture for any set of machine. Architecture. Okay, so I filter the tables. These tables can give me system tables. So this table can give me some information about the OS architecture. But mostly you will find that mostly SQL queries you will find based on the views. Now, what is the difference between this views and tables is tables are SQL tables, like SQL database store the information in form of table form. Table, then there are the column and rows, right? Now views, what views are? Views are collection of, like there is a particular, for a particular view, there could be multiple tables. I mean, may have dependency on particular table, like it is fetching package status. So uh, there must be view dependency. If you click on it, there might be, it might be depending on lot of other tables. So tables are in form of columns and rows, and views consist of multiple tables already. So I would prefer to go with the views. So generate your queries like v underscore r underscore system. It's a view, right? It will take some time and load the dependencies. It's a view for the system. Like if I minimize this, right? I executed this query v underscore r underscore system. It is showing this information. Star means I'm uh, selecting all the columns, right? All columns, every column I am fetching it from this particular view. So this particular view have all these columns, like this client version, it has creation date is there, OU information is there, right? This is the distinguished name, OU information. Oh, sorry, the domain information is there, and such information. Full domain name is there. Which machine is connecting to which domain? All this information is there. Now, if I only, yeah. So now, if I only one field, like I, for example, first one is the resource ID. I'm saying I need only the resource ID. Select resource ID from v underscore underscore system. I execute this. I'm only getting the resource ID. If I want to add one more field, I type like distinguished name. I execute, then I'm getting one more field, which is the distinguished name. Add one more field. Yeah, add one more field like uh, mm, domain, something related to domain was there. User domain, maybe some information is there. From user domain, I click on it. Now there is no information about it. So you can add columns and you can get the information. Okay. And if you need only all the, if you want to check which, what all information is there, just do a star and execute the query. Okay. Mhm. Yes. Yeah, we have to select, like if we want what all applications are installed, information about it, we can get it from another table and we have to join it. I will show you few tables, then we will join them and we'll prepare one query also. Okay. So similar kind of one more table is select. I'm getting my voice back, Bhargav. Very minute, but yeah, it's a bit disturbing. Yeah, it's fine now. So another table is select star from v underscore or v underscore add remove programs. So we will try to execute it. Shift home. So this is the information in this particular query. I'm doing select star. So all the information, all the columns, these are the columns. Okay, based on resource ID. Uh, yeah, it is a resource ID. Host name, there is one. There is one table. I think it is inside users. Maybe select star from v underscore or underscore users user. Let's see. Option F5. Hmm, we have a resource ID. Then these are the user information. So we have this users John and Lisa. So user information we are getting. Device information, it was there in the form of OU. If I show you, like distinguished name, SC1 is my device name. I think we have to then further filter it out. Distinguished name is SC1. Okay. SRV2, SRV3, SRV1, these are my servers, and I have one client machine. So this was my client machine. Okay. For this table only have machine name in the form of distinguished name. For clear machine name, I think. Mhm. There must be some different table for that machine name. We will try to find it out. Okay. So these are three basic, I would say, queries. There are many more tables, OS architecture and all. So if we do a new query, like if we have to find any information, right? There is a query for that. Yeah, we can do that also. So this is the query where we can do some experiment to look for any. So it has loaded the dependencies, right? The dependencies we were trying to load, right? These were the dependencies for that particular view. Package status, right? It has dependency on these other views and stored procedures and etc. Okay, so every view has some dependency, and then it is called a collection. I would say collection of information, which is a view. Okay, so there is another query. What it will do, it will select sysview name and a name from a sys column. These are two tables, right? Then we have joined these tables on the basis of object id, and it will look for some information in the views based on architecture. So instead of architecture, if we do the host name, it will look for those views which has machine host name. Okay, I try to execute it. So these are the views. Font is bit small for the query output. I can increase the font of the query, but font for this output I'm not able to. Okay. So VM host name, I think we can use this one. We can use this one, or VM host name. VM host name. Network adapter DNS host name. App deployment status. 1 minute. Uh, schema. It's a similar query, but it is based on the memory, like physical memory, total memory, but we are looking for the host name. Machine, machine name or host name, something like that. Machine name, schema name, asset data, v underscore app indent asset data. We'll do a new query, then we'll paste it. Let's see what information is there. Select the star from v underscore asset data. Okay. I click on new query instead of execute. Sorry, it is blank. Machine ID, machine name, user ID, username. So you have to do some checks, right? Then you will be able to find. But as of now, let's prepare one test query. We'll test a report based on it. So, like, if we are, I think in the OS architecture also we can find the machine name. OS architecture. There should be a machine name in the OS architecture also. OS architecture is there are few tables with OS architecture. V underscore GS operating system. Let's see GS operating system. Select star from V underscore GS operating system and execute. So it has resource ID. It has Windows 10 Pro and install date. It has Microsoft Corporation, drive details, serial number, host name is not there, Windows directory. It's only about the OS architecture. Mm, 32 or registered user. I think we can use this as the machine name. Registered user 0. This is my machine name. Mhm. We will join it on the basis of this resource ID, right? Like, uh, let's join them. So with this query, I will share this query with you. You can find out the same, right? So now we will go to this user. We will remove it. We will keep some fields from system. We need uh, oh, I think system also have, which query is this? System also have the name. It's a net BIOS name or the name zero. Yeah, we missed it. System also have the same thing. It is based on the name only, I think. So it's a name zero or net BIOS name. Right. Get the names. Yeah. So if I do name zero, right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking that system should have the names. So if I do select name zero from an execute, I execute both actually. Let me execute only this one. So just a moment. So I'm only getting the names, right? So with which details? Sorry. Uh, then I think that was in the architecture, right? So in yeah, so in that same manner, let's do one thing. Let's create first sample query where we will fetch all the uh, applications installed on particular system, right? Like if you want to fetch, these are the details of the machine's resource ID and the applications installed, right? And then machine names are there in this particular table. V underscore R underscore system. Okay, just a moment. Someone is calling out. Okay, so we will join these two tables and for a single output, right? So from this we need name zero and resource ID we will use to join them. We need a common field which is a resource ID. So as of now, I'm keeping the resource ID, but I will remove it later. Okay, so I will. So from this we are fetching machine name and the resource ID. From this query, let's see what fields we need. We will join them based on resource ID and we need a display name and the install date. Okay, display name, install date, let's take version also. Okay, so we need display name. Wait, I will type it there. Display name. Okay, and I need version day. Install date is coming in a different format. So we can also do the formatting, but we need to check how to do it. So as of now, let's take display name and the version 0, which will give us the version for a particular, and also the resource id we will remove it, but because resource id is uh, something we cannot check, something which is not relevant to us. Okay. Okay, so filter this query also. At remove program we have three fields from here. Okay, now we have resource id here also. Correct, we have resource id here also. Okay, so we are joining these tables, but it will be little uh, what we call confusion, right? Which resource id is from which resource table. Okay, so we will give them name with the table. We can use this table as, or we can name the table also. We can use this as a, so we can refer this table as a or b, right? But as we are learning it, we can arrange this later, but in order to understand which field is from which table, we will mention the complete name. So what we will do is we will put it like um, right. If I still execute it, it will give the same result. Okay. So I am giving it the information that display name from which table, version from which table. I am mentioning the table name. I'll remove programs. Okay, and resource ID also, because I have to join the tables, right? It will be a confusion. So it will give the same output. Same way I will do this for this one also. V underscore R underscore. Yeah. No, we still have to join, but if someone reads the query after join, it will be much easier, right? Because we cannot have two select, we will only have one select, right? So what we will do, we will copy it. Okay, so these are the simple query. Let's keep them for reference, and let's create a new one. Okay, we will do select. What we need to select now, we will copy these fields from vr underscore name, from vr underscore system resource id, copy it and paste it here. Okay, and from v underscore table we need a display name, from we need a version, and we need a program resource id we will remove, but we are taking the resource id as of now. Next line. Okay, select v underscore dot name, resource id, display name, every field has a comma. Then we will do from Yeah. Okay. From we underscore r underscore, sorry, system, or we will join the table join we underscore add add remove program with it, because we also need values from that table on. Mm-hmm. Let me just complete the query, then I will answer it. Equal to mm, resource ID. So we are joining them on the basis of this. Let's try to execute it. Okay. So now see the outcome. We are getting the name, we are getting the resource ID, right? Then we are getting the display name. Display name we are getting from add remove, right? Then we received the version. Version we are also getting from add remove, and we are getting a resource ID from v underscore underscore system. Also, then we said join, because v underscore underscore system only have do not have these three columns, right? We did a join, we joined it, and on what basis we joined add v underscore underscore programs, on what basis we joined, joined them based on resource id, because the resource id is common for both, right? Both v underscore underscore remove programs and underscore system both have resource id. So it will look for the resource id here, it will look for the resource id here, combine the information and give us this output. So we do not this need this actual resource id, right? So we will remove it. We just joining them based on these two values, but actually we do not need them in our report, right? So we will remove it like this. So this is a very common example which you can find else also. Why from giving syntax error? Okay, we have to remove it. Okay. Now let's run the query again. It will remove both these resource ID. Okay, so we are getting a machine name, we are getting a display name, we are getting a version for that particular uh, application. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we joined them. So we are using this because we need these fields, right? But we are also joining some information to this table. We said join this, so that if we are selecting it, it will also able to find these information, because we have joined these tables, right? Actually these are view, but in order to explain, I can call it them as a table because they are a collection of tables only. So we also join. If I remove the join, it will not able to find this information version and display name, right? Because they are part of another view. So we have to join that particular view in this view so that it can fetch these values. Joining tables. So it's a SQL syntax. So if you want to go to how to join the tables, you can find it. You can read about it. But so it needs some common value, like resource ID is the common value between both. On the basis of them, we merge these tables and we join them to filter to get the to retrieve the information. Join. So we need to fetch this information, right? That's it. Then we said also join this table v underscore add on the basis of this, right? We are fetching this information but also joining this table so that we can get the result collectively. On the basis of on what basis you are joining these two tables? There should be something common, right? Yeah. Resource id from v underscore r underscore system and resource id where the value match, it will give the output. Like if we execute both these queries together, there's a resource id in both the tables, right? With the same machine, so same machine will have a same resource id. Yeah, for that will be getting a value. Or we can, there is only one resource id as of now, or we can mention one clause here also, like where resource, if we need for a particular machine, we can mention where resource id is equal to the resource id is this. We only have one as of one machine only in my lab, but there can be multiple, so if there is any machine, we can find based on this. Yeah, we have to mention which resource id it is. It is saying that it is ambiguous, so we have to mention resource id from which one. So like same here, we have to mention then this, sorry, not from this, we have to mention from v underscore r underscore system, but it will give the same result because there is only one resource id we have, right? Same results, nothing changed, so we can remove it. Okay, so this query we will using for a report. I will copy it. I will copy it, paste it in notepad. We also have a report builder which is waiting for a query, right? It's the same report application machine application details which we created, and I click on edit. Then this report builder opens, but I have installed it. Earlier it used to install by default, but in my lab it was not installing, so I installed it from the link. So I click on this and I give the name as name of the data set. Data set I will do uh, query one or something like that. I can give some name, custom report query one, something like that. Okay, use a data set in my report, data source connection with my database we have to mention, and the text is my query. Okay, and click on OK. So with query one, I created one this data set, right? This is my data set query one. Then I have to do it in a form of table. So I click on tables. I select my query one data set. Okay, click on next. These are my these are my fields column names which my query have. So it fetch those things already, right? I want to keep the name first, so I can select it as first. Oh, sorry, all were selected. Mm, okay, query one next. uh, Name, I need the name as first and everything else, but it was already the first one. So I was just showing you that option, that if there is something we want to show the first, like machine name or something, we can keep it as first, name as first, and everything as last and last. Okay, first machine name and then this, like that. Okay, so we are getting all these values. Then next it will be like this. We can do some coloring also, but here it used to give some color options. But I think this is Builder 2019. It has changed, so we can do the coloring on the main page only. But it used to give some coloring options here. This is the preview what my reports will look like. So I keep it in the center like that. I can adjust it like this. Okay, machine name, I can put it in the center. Origin name I can put in the center. Then I can insert a heading from text or text box. Put the name machine application details. Okay, give some font, adjust the font size. 22 is okay. Hmm. It's freezed, responding little bit slowly. Machine application details. Like that and center. For coloring, we can do some coloring here if you want. There must be some options. We can put some images. I don't think I have any image here. So if you want to some put some logo here, right? You can import some images. Picture, I think I do not have any picture. Let's download one picture of a CCM, MECM image, small image. We need like this. Save image as download. Downloads. Open. Okay. Okay. So that's it. Picture is coming like that. We have this report. We will save it. Okay. We'll let's see and run it. Reporting it's little bit slow. It will take some time. Hmm. Something is wrong with my reporting. Whenever I try to run it, it gives me this error. Not sure. I've saved the report. Even my issue is with my console reports as well. Today morning it was running, but it is giving some kind of problem. Like if I try to run this report, first it takes a lot of time and I'm not sure if it will load or not. But this is something, some error with my reporting. Queries, everything is fine, but still it gives the error. In fact, my default reports are also not running. It's in my lab environment. Something's wrong with it. But a query is fine. But I use the same query for trying to execute. We are getting the results, but like this, it is giving me some. Sometime it works. Sometime it gives me the error. Data source credentials. It is saying, but my credentials are. It is saying same exception. It is throwing for in my inbuilt reports also. That is the problem with the reports. Yeah, just a second, I'm getting a call from office. So I have saved it. Running has some there's something wrong is with my reports. So if I go to, let me close the console and open it again. I will share these queries with you. You can use them, or you can, if you have some lab environment, test it. Uh, you can use some testing, like try to generate some queries based on, like you said, build number and something like that. So you have to play around and find. Yeah, left join, right joins are also there. So for that, you must go through these are all the SQL syntax basically. So left join, right join, inner join, outer join. I think outer join is also there. Types of join in SQL. So I am also not the expert about the queries, but some some of the queries I can download it online. I made some changes, right? So we can do order by date, like that. Inner join, outer join. I also need to self join, inner join, left join, right join, full join, self join. So we are using only simple join in a query, right? So there are different types. Oh, maybe my DC is down. That's why it is giving the syntax error. Okay, let's just start it. Then we'll try to execute it. But I believe you have some idea now, right? How can we find the appropriate query for us? Like you can use this one, and you can find query. Okay, okay. So the folder which I created, admin reports, now it is published here also. It takes some time, but if I try to run my report, I'm getting the same error. Something wrong with my reports. DP is not related actually with this. DC is now running, yeah. DC is running. Sometimes it is not able to, you know, communicate it. Like if I try to do this, Uh, like for system discovery, if I try to fetch the LDAP, current security context is not associated with an Active Directory or forest. This is the issue. Sometimes it is not able to connect with the DC. Right? If I try to browse, it is not able to. It is not able to fetch or connect with properly with my DC. It is not giving anything. So that's why maybe that's why it is not able to verify the credentials which I'm using for reporting. Not sure what the issue is. Let me just restart the server once. But in if report is fine and your SCCM is able to function properly, so it should be able to run that report. URL, like if you open it in the browser, you can copy it, or there is a subscription also you can create. I will show you that option. Mid server restarting. There is, for that we need a SMTP server. So if in your lab you can create one Exchange server, never did that, but you have to create one Exchange server like DHCP is there. You have to create one Exchange, and then you can use this that as the SMTP server, and you can send the reports. For that you have to mention, like in my office we have the SMTP server already. So my for reports it is using that particular SMTP server, and we create a subscription at which time or which date report needs to be sent, and using that at SMTP server it sends the reports. I switched off the firewall also, but maybe something is blocking it. Okay. So let me show you where we can put that SMTP server details. Okay, connect. Email settings, right? Then we can have that sender address SMTP. Current method is SMTP server. You can save that report, download it. If you want to down, like you have fetch it, you can download it and then you can send it. Yeah, for that we need a subscription. We have to create one subscription for that report like this. We have to create a subscription and report delivered by from a file share, file name, and the path, right? Format CSV, like if you want to have CSV format, Word format, username, password. the admin, right? Then schedule we can set, subscription parameters will be there, then it will be sent as per your subscription. This file share, so have you have to give one share, so that it will copy the file there, and from there it will share it. So you have to gun like a file name, you can give machine details, right? Then some unc path, some shared path should be there, like in my c drive I have for a patches sharing. I can give, for example, this path. Then my username is hp slash, okay, overwriting with the new version. If I have already, it will overwrite it, or you can collect the file. I will select the override. We can create a schedule. Okay, we create a daily report only Monday. Let's say every Monday it will start time this 12:26 or 11:26. It will AM. It will share report, and it is beginning from tomorrow. Okay, parameter or values. Let's see what we have. Administrative user type, range during the last 30 days, during today. Okay, summary. Next. These are the subscription details. Okay, my DC is on. Let's see if my report is working or not. Oh, it says loading. Yeah, so we are getting it now. This is the image, machine application details. But it is giving only one row, right? It should give all all the details. It is only giving the one row. So from here you can also save the report. It Word, PDF, like that. But report is running now after a restart. Uh, it means we have to edit it, and I think create some more space for that. It is only right now giving. So first name, last name. Why only one row I'm getting? Still one row. Table. I select the table there. Maybe let me try to run another report. Maybe it is not working, still not working completely. Our application deployment, if I check, it is working now. Let's run it from that link once. Actually, it should give all the information. Admin reports, machine details. Only giving one row. Only one. But there is only one application installed on my machine as of now. Only 7-zip is there. If we, check the applications which are installed from SCCM, it is only 7-zip. I did not install any other application. So maybe it is only giving the application names which are installed there. So there are no other. Uh, so I think report is okay. If I will do one thing, I will try to install one more application and then I will see if I'm getting that information also. So I believe report is okay then. Here it is giving edge and edge. Here it is giving everything. But from SCCM, I already only installed 7-zip. So in report is not it is not giving these runtime and everything. SCCM configuration manager client and all. It is only giving the application which I installed. And you can see. I will do one thing. I will install one more application and then we will see if it is in that way only or not. But I would say that the concept is should be clear now, right? So how it is working, how do we do the query, how do we create the query, and how can we generate reports? That yeah, that thing will come once you do some hands-on. So do some hands-on, make some changes. Right, right, right. So more you do, more you will learn. Yeah. These queries, these these for I think these are for the WQL query. So if you want to test any WQL query, you can paste it and you can run it. It will give you the result. WQL queries with which we create the dynamic collections, right? So you can create your queries and test them. Okay, so I have to log into the office also now. You can do some testing yourself, prepare lab, I would say, and do some testing. If you have any question, then you can ask me. Then I hope this we have completed the SCCM part. We will do some mock interviews, right? Then if everyone is available, then we'll start with the interview. Yeah, sure, sure. Okay. Yeah, go through those interview question which I shared. If you have any, if you did not find any answer for any question, you can let me know. Okay, okay, Bhargav. Thank you. Bye bye.